I'm with head coach Shot Tangkitsen of San Miguel. Coach, earlier you told me that 2 of the keys to this ball game are playing defense and not letting Ginebra score from the outside. How are you doing on that so far?
Well, we did not, they got their run, but still a long game, so we just got to make sure to concentrate playing defense.
All right, thank you very much, Miko.
And you just heard from Shot Tangkitsen. That was a live interview, by the way, as action was ongoing.
That's better than the NBA, because they do that on the sideline, and it's safe, and they just make the timeouts longer. Because if not all coaches are going to be talking to you.
Daniel Defonso makes his first field goal here in Game 1, coming off the bench for the Beermen.
Both teams are now playing all Filipino, and now San Miguel is playing a zone defense. They played zone just before that on the previous offensive patterns of Ginebra. With Gabe Freeman seated down, they're playing the zone defense.
Kairos Baguio, he was stepping on the line, and he missed it anyway. Offensive rebound for Intal. And here's Lanete. Yes, sir!
What big thing an offensive rebound can give a team: a second opportunity. Good cut there by the lead point guard in Chico Lanete. The nice pass, the nice bounce pass, and the finish. Possible three-point play. Intal is going to be replaced here by Salvason. So Coach Jong has already established the guy that's going to play small forward for him. It's going to be either Salvacion or Intal.
And Chico Lanete, really looks like Sylvester Stallone, I tell you.
Yeah.
And Sly Lanete.
He's probably as tall as, he's taller than Sylvester.
I think he's taller.
Yeah, Sylvester really wears those long 4-inch boots, 5-inch boots.
Which I do not use, by the way.
Because you don't have to.
Thank you.
You have no problem.
Actually,
of course, you don't make.
Actually, I do, but
of course, you don't make $20 million in movies per movie during his time.
And we'd like to thank Gatorade, the official sports drink of the PBA. Is it in you? Here's Lanete once again. Nice handoff for Eric Meng.
We almost always know that Eric Meng, once the playoffs come, once the team enters the final, he seems to be okay. He may not give you a good game from time to time, but he's going to give you one of those 20, 25-point games. He's just ready to play when the money time comes.
Here's Pingris. And Danny I. That's a matchup for the ages.
Yeah, two most valuable players.
Here comes Baguio. Bounce pass, Lanete for 3. Sure. Kelly Mamaril with a rebound. Comes up short on the putback. And now let's send you over to Dominic Uy.
Well, Miko talking about Eric Menk, he's been out for about a month, and he said he's been practicing a couple of days, and his right calf actually feels good. And I actually teased him about him playing in the playoffs and playing really well. He said, you know what, I'm just happy to be back, and it's time to get the crowd in it, and that's why Eric Menk is playing. And he said, you know what, they really need me, so it's a great time to come back.
I was joking with him earlier. He was seated there. I said, you're playing. You're back again. It's finals time. Yeah, and he's laughing.
All right, here's Baguio, and now Meng sends it over. Salvacion with a fake. Back outside, Baguio. And they swing it over to Lanete on the right side. Back to Baguio. Baguio, where's he going? Makes a tough shot. That's an offensive foul.
Exactly what was called on the other end. He puts his shoulder down there. Guy had good position on defense. Let's take a look at that on our slow-mo. See, look at Cortez here. He uses his feet. And there's the bang there by Baguio. He loves to do that actually to get the momentum for him to fall back and take that shot.
San Miguel trailing here, 31-24 in the early moments of the second quarter. And here's Peña against Mamaril. An all-beef matchup. I would not dare go in between Peña and Mamaril at any given circumstance.
That's a good defensive job also by Mamaril. So 3 consecutive offensive fouls called. So 3 good stops, 2 by Ginebra, 1 by San Miguel. Holding his ground here, you know, Peña is a left-handed player, loves to go to his left. He closed the left side, and Peña put that shoulder down, knocking him down. So Mick Pinisi has to come back to the ball game as Peña picks up his second personal foul.
Peña shakes his head, having to sit down because of his foul situation. Here's Salvacion for 3. Off the mark. And Olsen Rosella playing in his 18th PBA finals?
That many?
That many. Been around 16 years in the PBA. Cortez has the ball. Eyeball to eyeball with Lanete, and that's off the mark.
Well, Salvacion cannot shoot. At least he said, I can pick up a defensive rebound. That's going to help my team.
And Menk wants that basketball against Pinisi. Drop pass, Lanete. A reversal of roles there, but Lanete was caught stepping on the line.
Salvacion again being replaced here by Intal. Both imports are still seated.
You might make an argument that that's how talented these two teams are. They can actually afford long stretches without their import on the floor.
We're only in the second quarter, and obviously, you know, if they have to push, they would like to make that push in the third and fourth quarter if you want to play the extended minutes for the import.
Now here's Pingris. And it's going to be Ginebra basketball here as Helterbrand returns to action, replacing Chico Lanete.
Gotta give it to Intal. He's not a strong defensive player. Neither is he a post defender, but he did a pretty good job there on Pingris.
And this was our KFC delivery assist of the second quarter. Magpa delivers sa KFC. Just now 887-8888. KFC's finger licking good. Meantime, here's Baguio. Mamaril, top of the key. Here's Helterbrand with 10 to shoot. Ginebra on top here by 7 points. And Intal makes his move. That shot was swatted away by Cortez. And Racela bounced past the Pingris. Nice passing play, but Daniel Defonso could not finish the layup.
Yeah, there was Billy Mamaril to challenge him. Baguio is open. This is the shot that he loves, but it's a two-point shot. And you'll take that, you know. He has not been able to make his shots earlier. You take anything that you can get. Even Salvacion would have loved to have at least one of those, but he's sitting on the bench now. And we're going to have a timeout called here by the San Miguel team.
7:21 remaining. Ginebra still on top. Television's newest and most intense basketball reality show is coming to CS9 and BTV. The Clear Men Future League, the proving ground for high-performance athletes. See 10 of the most promising basketball teams compete for the glory. 200,000 peso grand prize and a chance to be discovered. Premieres July 12 on CS9 right after the PBA.
That really hurt San Miguel. They called a timeout and they got caught with a 24-second shot clock violation. Just not proper execution. Both imports are back on the floor right now. They're guarding well. Freeman is guarding Noel.
And here's Intal guarded by Pingris as we near the halfway mark of the second quarter. Helterbrand guarded by Racela. And Helterbrand will now operate with 1 to shoot. And he almost makes the 3. Baguio skying high to keep that ball alive. And Mamaril still has the leather. And he goes up and he misses.
Mamaril never thought of throwing that ball out, kicking it out to his teammates because he was in the line of giants all by his lonesome.
Here's Villanueva. And Jonas. That's another wild shot by Jonas Villanueva. 6 to shoot. And Freeman overshoots.
See, that's the thing. That's an easy shot, you know. If you cannot make that, it makes the other team's defense easier. That's going to be a push there against Gabe Freeman. He pushed off against David Noel, who had better position on the rebound play. It was on Mark Pingris.
That's going to be the third personal against Pingris. We really can go on and on about the fundamental difference between David Noel and Gabe Freeman.
Well, you know who I think is better. I don't have to tell you that.
And that's a 3 for J.J. Helterbrand. And remember, back in the opening period, Ginebra really used that 3-point shot to get ahead in this game. And here's Penisi for 3. Yes, sir!